Hello, this is Miriam Meek from AmSci, and I'm going to show you how to prepare a manuscript for submission to one of the AmSci journals. I'm going to click on the Journal tab here on the AmSci website. This is at www.amsci.com. Clicking on the Journal tab will show you that we have 4 journals available. Here's the list of journals. We have psychological reports, perceptual and motor skills, comprehensive psychology, and innovative teaching. In order to submit to one of those journals, you may go to the Author tab, and there are lots of helps for you here to show you exactly what to do. AmSci publishing area here has some publishing options, features and benefits, and author map. This helps you decide which journal you want to use, and there's a lot of interesting things to read in there. But for this tutorial, we're going to look at the pre-submission area. And the first place we will click here is Author Resources. Here you see guidelines and style. There are lots of helpful things here. How to do your statistics, how to prepare tables and figures. This common errors in analysis and writing is very helpful, especially with your statistics. But the one I want to really point out to you right now is this manuscript format for journal articles submitted to AmSci. We've prepared a document that is written in the format of a manuscript, and it is also instructions for preparing a manuscript. So you can see we started it here with a title page, as you should do, and then we have the summary and then the body of the paper, the whole thing done in format. Down on page 6 you see that we have several examples of correct references, and then we have an appendix that has a lot of examples for how to cite those references in the manuscript, in the body of the text. So if you have questions about those things, please be sure to give this manuscript a look. We've also prepared this same document in Word doc format, and the reason for this is so you can copy and paste your manuscript right into this document if you would like to. Here it is as a Word document, so you could actually go in and change this and then save it, give it the name that you want to give it for submitting to our journal. So this is one you can actually manipulate, and we've done that for your convenience here. So after you've checked your guidelines, worked your manuscript according to these guidelines, we have a pre-submission checklist. You need to carefully go through this checklist to make sure that you have done all the things that need to be done. Review your topic area. Make sure that you're submitting it to the journal that is in the area that you really want that article to appear in. Make sure your submission is complete. Make sure that your sample is acceptable if you have a sample, and here you see there's more you can read about that. The format of the manuscript, here you can go back and look at the style document again if you have any questions. So just check it over. Before you upload your manuscript, you need to make sure that you have these things ready. The complete title, so you can copy and paste it into the submission process. Names, affiliations, and email addresses of all the authors in the order they should appear. You'll be asked for those things. Have a running head ready and any keywords if you choose to use keywords. And make sure you have contact information for the readers. If the paper is published, which author is going to be the contact author? We need their full information for contact. You need to write a summary or an abstract. It should be less than 150 words. You need to have that ready to copy and paste when you're uploading your manuscript. Every manuscript needs a reference list at the end. Please check to make sure that for every reference there's a citation, and for every citation in the text there's also a reference at the end. This is very important and saves a lot of time later on. If you used some kind of a measure, a test, a questionnaire, that is copyrighted, you may need to get permission from the publisher or possibly from the author for that. Here are instructions for permission, and make sure that you have handled those things properly. Prepare a cover letter. It does not have to be a long cover letter, but it needs to be some kind of basic letter that tells us who the corresponding author is, which journal you're submitting to. You can see the suggestions put here. Make sure that you have a cover letter ready to upload. Once you've handled all of those things, there's the next step here is permissions. You may or may not need that. This particular area is about getting permission for using things that have been published in our journals. So this may or may not be necessary for you at this point. Plagiarism detection is very important for you to look at. One of the first things that happens to your manuscript when it arrives here is it is put through a plagiarism check. Basically, there's a large search of the internet for any paper that seems to be similar to yours. And if you have copied a paragraph, it's probably going to pull that up and show that it's a direct copy. You'll need to paraphrase or put that in quotes with a citation. We're very, very careful about plagiarism, so pay a special attention to this and make sure your paper is ready in that regard. After you've gone through all of these resources and checked things over very carefully, you're going to be ready to submit your article. So you can come down here under Submission and click Submit Article. If this is a new submission, which it probably is if you're just now preparing it, you will click New Submission. If you're submitting a revision and you come here, you would click, of course, on Revision. But let's click New Submission. And this takes you to what we call the Editorial Manager, which is the platform that we use for uploading the articles. And we'll use this platform throughout the entire process of this paper. If you have already registered and you already have a username and password, then you can just put them in, log in as an author, and continue. If you're here for the first time, you will need to register. So click on Register Now. And you'll need to put in your first name. I'm just going to call myself New Author for the sake of the tutorial. First name and last name, New Author. And the email address. All right, and then continue. Now you're going to have a page to fill out with all of your information. Any field that has the red star is required. The other fields are optional. So there are several stars here that you'll need to fill out. When you have completed it, then hit Continue. I will not be able to continue at this point since I haven't filled out those fields, but you can follow that through yourself. After you have finished registering, you'll receive an email that will give you login instructions. It will give you the username and password that you will need to come back and work in this area. So this will conclude the first tutorial, which was manuscript preparation. I'll see you at the next one. Bye-bye.